Let me ask you a question. How much do you think it costs you per day to own and operate your car? Okay, well, how much per month or per year? I suspect you probably don't know the answer to this, because to know that you would probably have to put together a spreadsheet or something and calculate like all the fees associated with it, the gas money you put into it, insurance, maintenance costs, upgrades, whatever. You'd have to just put together a spreadsheet like that, and no normal person would do that just to figure out how much it costs to own and operate their car. So I put together this spreadsheet that helps calculate all this data and helps you figure out how much it costs per day, per month, per year to own and operate your car. So why did I do this, and why does it matter for you? For me, I was just curious. I just wondered how much it costs. I'm always trying to save money. For you, if you're looking into buying a car or you already have a car, this would be useful information in helping plan out finances and figuring things out for budgeting and stuff like that. There are some interesting things I want to show you in this video that kind of illustrate the value you can get from your car based on like how much money you put into it up front, or how long you drive the car for, or things like that. So stick around for this whole video if you are interested in seeing some of that information. This video might be kind of long as I go through a spreadsheet and show numbers. If you just care about an average car and roughly how much money it costs per day or per year or per month to own and operate your car, just skip to this part of the video. I will show those numbers, but from here on out I'm going to kind of show you the spreadsheet, how I calculated things, and I will go over exactly where you are putting money into your car and what that adds up to at the end of the year. Okay, if you want to follow along with me as I go through the spreadsheet, go ahead and in the video description below there's a link. Go ahead and click on that. In order for you to make changes to this, you'll need to make sure that you are actually logged into your Gmail account. So I'm gonna do that right now. Now that we are logged in, if you want to make changes to this document, you'll need to go to File and make a copy, and then you can just name it whatever you want. Here is my name. We are going to open a copy. Now we have our own copy of the spreadsheet that we can edit. And I've set this spreadsheet up so that everything in green are things that need input, and everything in red is generated. So you can see right now it's not showing any of the numbers because we need to fill that out. So I'm going to do this for my Ford Focus, and it is 2013. All right, so the down payment I made for this was $2,799. All right, so far we've got the total price of the car. I don't have a loan or a lease on this. I paid with cash. Okay, so the next step that we want to go through on the spreadsheet is we're going to go through some of the fees. Sales tax, $239.17. That's what I paid. $63 registration fee. Yeah, this inspection fee I think was really high because I bought it from a dealer. Fun times. All right, and the dealer service fee also kind of high. I think that's kind of normal though with dealers. And they also included the property fee and permit. So those were all the fees that I paid from the dealer. Total fees just over $1,000, and you can see that that's reflected here. So going to insurance, I pay my insurance twice a year. I don't like paying monthly because it's cheaper if you do it twice a year. So I end up paying about $500 a year for insurance. This is a pretty cool one, nifty little gas mileage calculator. So combined miles per gallon, I only use my car basically for a commuter car, and I am, no joke, getting 40 miles per gallon, which is awesome. So that's what I'm going to put. Gas is cheap right now, thanks probably to COVID. So I'm just going to put average yearly price. You know, I'm going to put a little bit higher than that. That's probably more realistic. And in fact, I'll put my gas mileage down just a little bit, because if I ever start driving it more in the city, I'm sure that will go down more. But commute to work, how many miles? I go to work 5 times per week, and it's 18.7 miles. So already just going to work, it's costing me about $6.50. That's not too bad. Going shopping, I try to avoid going shopping. Walmart's really close to us. Go to my parents' house. I usually take our van because I take my wife and kids, but sometimes I take the car, maybe about 4 times a year, and it's about 25 miles. And random trips, I'll probably do something random about once a month. Yeah, so that's about it. So per year, pay just about $700 in gas. Okay, if we look at the maintenance calculator, so this is actually taking from the estimated miles from here to figure out how often we want to do maintenance. And all these numbers, I kind of just got the recommended mileage per replacing different things, and then I estimated a price for it. You can tweak these numbers, but basically, if you don't want, you don't have to do anything here. If you like to get expensive tires, you can change the price for that. You can kind of figure out what you want to do for that, but it figures on average it's going to cost about $360 a year just to maintain some of this, basic maintenance. Got some state mandated fees like registration, and this is only calculated after the first year because when you buy it, I kind of calculate that as the purchase price. State registration, I think it's $70 here. Safety, you know what, I'm just kind of guessing numbers with this. Might be $30. I don't know. You know what? Fine. I'll just boom. Okay, mystery repair. Like if you've got some repairs that you think you might do, this is nice for budgeting, just setting aside money. You never know when you're going to do a repair or an upgrade. So I set it for one time a year. I'll probably do some repair that's like $300. I don't know. Maybe that's conservative, but so close to $500 a year. So now we look, and the last thing is, how many years do you plan on owning your car? So you can look at this this will average all of the numbers. And in fact, so I've gone up to 20 years. You can expand these columns are all hidden. You can expand that if you want to see the numbers, but I'm going to go ahead and hide this again. The more you drive your car, and I'll show you this, the price for my car, just to buy it up front, was about $4,000. And then gas and expenses, close to $2,000. So about $6,000 a year for year one. And you can see on a monthly basis, that's about $500. On a daily basis, that's about $16. Now, what if you say, well, I plan on driving my car for 5 years? So then you can see at the end of 5 years, with all of this being true, you can say, oh, I have spent $13,500 for the car, which comes out to be about $225 per month, or about $7 per day. And then, you could go up to 20 and see how that changes. So from 5 to 20, the daily change is not super significant. After 20 years, I'll have spent $41,000. That's not too bad, actually. So we'll go back to 5 years. And then I have this, my brother wanted me to add this anticipated sell price. Say at the end of 5 years, I want to sell my car, and I think I can get like $1,500 for it. You can see here the total amount paid. That's going to go down because I get some money back. I don't actually recommend you use this, especially for planning finances and stuff. You're probably never going to get as much money as you anticipate. So those are the prices. I'm going to show you a couple different scenarios. That's basically the video, though. If you don't care to see other scenarios, then just stop watching here. Probably. Or you can keep watching. I don't know. Do whatever you want. So I talked to other people and find out what their car situation was like. And so I'm going to show a couple other scenarios. In this instance, this is with a Subaru WRX, I guess some fancy sports car for people who like that sort of thing. Sports-ish car? I don't know if it's a sports car. Year 2017. So in this example, no upfront payment, but yes, there is a loan. So $288 a month for 60 months. And you can see here, I calculate that ends up being 5 years. So here's an important thing. If in the spreadsheet you've got a loan or something, make sure that the number you select up here is equal to or greater than the number of your loan. Otherwise, the results are not going to be accurate, because if you're just seeing the numbers for 1 year, but your loan is a 5-year loan, it's just not going to work. So let's go to 5 again. And so you can see in this instance, a lot of these things are the same. I did tweak it for this individual's preferences, but you can see in this instance where you have a loan for 5 years, after the end of 5 years, it's going to cost $16,000, and that's going to be a daily cost of about $9. So that's not too bad. Oh yeah. One more thing. So full disclosure, this is my brother's car. He thinks he can sell it for $13,000. He is optimistic. If you take that out, so total price after 5 years is about $30,000 at $16 a day. Hope my brother can sell it for that much. We'll see what actually happens. Again, it's hard to plan for the future, so that's that. And here is my last example. I talked to a buddy at work to see kind of what he does. He's got a Subaru, it's a pretty fancy car, 2018, and he is doing a lease. So he is doing it for, I guess that ends up being 42 months is 3.5 years and $276 per month. So that's one way you could do a car, is doing a lease. I imagine a lot of people do that. I've never done that, so that's why I had to talk to my buddy. So you can see he paid no upfront fees because it was a lease. Yes, insurance. Yes, still gas and some maintenance. Probably not as much because it's a newer car, but still all of those things. So this is kind of a tricky one. I don't have a drop down for 3.5 years, but we'll say at the 4-year mark at this, end of 4 years, pay about $25,000. It's about $16.87 a day. So there you have it. That's one scenario if you got a lease. I hope you find this spreadsheet to be useful. You might be wondering, why would I go through all the trouble to put this spreadsheet together? For me, I was kind of just curious. I was a bit surprised to find out that I was paying more money than I thought I was on a daily basis. A few years back, I kind of calculated the purchase price and gas and insurance and put that together as how much money I'm paying per day, and I thought, oh, it's probably only like $1 or $2 I'm paying per day to own and operate a car. But as you saw in the spreadsheet, that's clearly not the case, and I don't think that's the case for any car. I don't think that's possible. So what can you do with this information that I've shown you in the spreadsheet? For one, this helps with budgeting. It helps you know what the cost is going to be. You might be thinking, oh, I'm gonna buy a car. You see the sticker price, it's like $5,000 for a used car, and you think, all I need is $5,000. No, that's simply not the case. As I've shown, you need to budget much more money than what the sticker price of the car is actually going to be. For me, after going over this spreadsheet, I think there's probably 3 major takeaways that I can think of. Number 1 is simply buy an affordable car. Buy something that meets your needs, but make it affordable. If you can avoid getting a loan, don't get a loan. Pay up front in cash. Buy something that's realistic but not too expensive. Number 2, drive your car for as long as you can. Unless you're just dumping a ton of maintenance costs in it year after year, the longer you drive your car, the more reasonable the price is on a daily or monthly basis. It makes sense to try to get a lot of value out of your car just by driving it for as long as you can. And then the third thing is pretty basic, but try to reduce the amount of money you pay in gas. Get a car with good gas mileage or drive in a way that saves on gas. Gas is a pretty big expense. I hope you found this video to be useful. Again, go ahead and download the spreadsheet. Hopefully it will help you with some of the numbers. It was kind of depressing for me to see all the numbers, but it was still kind of useful for me just to go over all those numbers. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or if you have any ideas for other videos that I could do similar to this one. Thanks.